Good morning, my fellow scientists. It is Friday, June 23rd, 2017, and I want to talk a little bit about toxins. So I've covered this a little bit before. I find the term somewhat ridiculous. It means technically a biological poison. So this could be some bacterial toxin, such as the cholera toxin that causes explosive diarrhea, or it could be the toxin from the pufferfish, actually also originally derived from symbiotic bacteria called tetrodotoxin that causes paralysis and death. These are biological poisons, not to be confused with non-biological poisons like lead. Lead is a naturally occurring element, but not a toxin, technically, because biology didn't make it. You don't want lead in your system, obviously. You don't want to be eating the wall candy, but it is detectable. It is a real thing that you can pick up on your spectrophotometer or on your mass spectrometer and measure it. It's not a gremlin that exists in this sort of unmeasurable state where we have to talk about balanced energies and so forth. No, it's a thing. It shows up in an instrument. You can measure how much is there. So let's take an example. Some folks were touring Mexico and they bought some pottery. And they used that pottery to eat and drink from. And unbeknownst to them, the decorative glaze that had been used to make the pottery contained a lot of lead. As a consequence, they got sick. And then when they went to the doctor measured lead in their system and found a ton of it. And said, wow, you guys have been lead poisoned. Then they stopped eating the lead. They started to get better. You can measure these things. And so it really irritates me when I see these documents advertising online, selling things to cope with the toxins in a system when that isn't something that they are measuring, that isn't something. Because ultimately, if you measured lead before and after administering some treatment, it would be an FDA-regulated drug. As long as you're talking about balanced energies and other discredited ideas, well, it's gibberish and you can get away with putting it on your advertising copy without regulation. So this whole thing came up because I saw the news, curse the news, about these health stickers with NASA carbon on the inside of them. All very ridiculous. NASA has since said, no, the stickers aren't anything to do with them, and they don't use carbon in their spacesuits like the advertising copy said. They don't endorse these things and think they're BS. Hilarious. Just because it sounds sciencey doesn't mean it's true. There's a great article in The All here a few days ago that talked about the misuse of the term. I'll put a link down below, as well as some links to the other stories I've been talking about. In the end, I think that a lot of this comes from entrepreneurs who are trying to make a dollar, and it's really hard to do good science and market a real product that provably does something useful. That's just super hard. And it's a lot easier to buy some stickers on AliExpress, write some really good ad copy, and sell them for 1,000% markup. So if you like that sort of thing, trying every day to invent something of actual use, doing real science, tune in next week. We update Monday through Friday, and we talk about science and chemistry, measuring actual phenomena that are real here in the Allen Lab.